Fresh at the moment.
Practicing your voice at the election. We're on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of St. Anne's Putt Club, I'd like to wholeheartedly thank the organising committee, the sports groups, the sponsors, the hotel venue, and everybody that's involved in the sports awards. It really is important that minority sports are recognised and appreciated, and I think they should be in our community, and we are a minority sport. We have some of the best facilities in the north side of Cork City at your doorstep and at the doorstep of people around, and it's sinful and shameful that we're not stuffed out the door with members. We have a sport that is effective to play, it's easy to play, it requires very little investment, it requires very little time considerations. It is something that can be played from 8 to literally 100 years of age. And there's no reason why every single person should not be able to pick up a club and come up and visit us, and you will be met with doors wide open in a facility that is supported by volunteerism and community and is there for every one of us. And we appreciate the fact that we do get a small bit of recognition from time to time, but what's important is that we reciprocate back. Brother Credit Union talk about community all the time, and they're a huge part of our community, as is Singleton and Tomas Singleton in Super Value as well. And that's the community spirit and the community activism that we want to help and foster, and we do appreciate it. We have a club of 200 members. Every one of them who helps out is a volunteer. Without the helps of the likes of John and other parts of our community and society as well, we would not be able to open our doors. And they're the people that we really need to congratulate and thank and appreciate the efforts that are put in by all of our volunteers and helpful. It reminds me that society and Irish society is changing so much in the last 20 years. Where are our values? What are we doing and what we are done? It is impossible to get people to volunteer and assist and help. And why? What are they doing? Are they sitting in front of their Xboxes and TVs? I don't believe it. I think that there's an apathy that expands itself throughout society that needs to be fostered and needs to be encouraged. There are things that everybody can do to help. And we're not talking about vast amount of effort and vast amounts of time. We're talking about an hour a week, 2 hours a week, that everybody should be encouraged, and maybe at a societal level, maybe at a council level, maybe at a national level. Maybe there's a campaign that can be generated where you can sign up and I will volunteer for 2 hours a week. Maybe that's something the credit union movement could get involved in organising at a national level. And let's get people back to their communities. Let's get people helping with their rugby clubs or their football or their soccer or their pitch and putt clubs, where they can foster the youth of society to help themselves to recognise that sport is a unifier. Sport is something that can work with every single one of us and can show the good and the bad and the best of society. St. Anne's are privileged and delighted to have the team that we have as part of our senior team. Michael Long and Tyke Murphy and guys who have been plying their sport for years. And we have a sport where we can play at a social level and we can play to the highest international level in the entire world. We've got world champions in our midst and we don't know it. We've got volunteers in our midst who sweat and try and give everything that they can to help their community, and that's activism that has got to be encouraged by every one of us. And I'd like to again thank everybody of the selection committee and everybody that's there, and say that as a society, as a volunteer group, as people together, we've come a long way in Ireland, and we've come a long way in this city, and we've come a long way in this country. But we're not there just yet. And the unity that we show as a people, the unity that we show as from all political spheres, even in dark days ahead with Brexit and things that are going on, just show you where Ireland is and where we have come from. We look at the UK tearing themselves apart on racist and God knows what grounds, and we can hold our hands up high and say, we stand for more than that. We stand for sport, we stand for each other, and we stand for Ireland. Thank you very much.
John Frank.